All right, welcome to the very first interview for Video Influencers. If you guys don't know, I am Benji, and my guest is Timothy DeLaGhetto, aka Traffic. If you guys don't know who he started out as a YouTuber, but now is on TV, MTV2, Wild and Out, doing his thing. But there's so much more that goes into Timothy DeLaGhetto. Tim, can you just go ahead and take the floor and kind of explain who you are, where they can find you, and maybe anything you would like people to know about you?
Sure, Benji. First of all, I'm honored to be the first interview. Thanks for having me. I go by Timothy DeLaGhetto on YouTube. On YouTube, I do a potpourri of things. I do like comedy skits, and I rap, and I give relationship advice, and yeah, and you know, I'm just kind of just doing whatever I can. I'm trying to like really be like a legend and a movie star, and I want to like, you know, be like, I want to rep for my people and be like the first like Asian man movie star that's not doing kung fu, and I just want to do it all, you know?
Yeah, cool. I mean, you're definitely breaking the mold here, and it's something to be proud of. I mean, like Judy kind of looks at me weird sometimes when I mention that you're like this Asian celebrity in the online world, but it's absolutely true. You know, we just don't have enough of them. And me being half Asian, you know, I'm very proud to say that I'm your friend and that I know somebody that is making it in the, I guess, online and TV game now. So we'll just go right into the questions. I think it's really interesting to talk to someone like you who started making, I guess, home videos. So could you tell people how you started producing videos and making videos, and kind of what was the evolution to where you're at right now?
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, I had always wanted to do the traditional acting, TV, movie route. I always wanted to do that, right? In high school, this was before YouTube. This was way back. And in high school, me and I had a group of friends. We had like a little filmmaker crew. My boy Pedro Flores, he was in my drama class. He had PD Flow Films, and we would, you know, come together and we would write, and he would edit and film these like little short films, and we would like premiere them in the theater in high school, and so one year we had a movie that was online that we put online that kind of went like, it was doing really well. It was going all over the internet for what it was back then, and our website ran out of bandwidth, you know. And I remember I had randomly found this website called YouTube. I was on MySpace. Yeah, I was on MySpace, and someone had posted a bulletin saying, "Look at these white girls dancing to Laffy Taffy." And I was like, "Oh, what is this?" So I clicked the bulletin, and I was like, "Yo, okay, this is funny that these girls are dancing," but I was like, "What is this website where anybody can put up any video, and then they give you a code that you can, you know, they embed it, like they give you the code, you don't have to go and do it yourself, like you can put on your MySpace, you can put on, and I had never seen a website like this before. So one, I thought, dude, this is perfect, we can put our movies on here, we don't have to worry about the bandwidth. And two, I was like, this is cool, I can make stupid videos for my friends on MySpace, you know. So when I started doing YouTube videos, it was just to put on my MySpace to make my friends laugh. It was like me, you know, lip syncing a song, or me freestyle rapping and just kind of messing around. It was like random footage from my BlackBerry that I thought was funny, you know. But since there weren't many people doing it back then, one of the first videos I put up wound up on like this most viewed list. And I was like, wow, this is weird. So I went on and I was reading the comments.
Is that different from the front page?
It was different because like back then it wasn't like a front page, you know. It was just, it wasn't like content getting featured.
That's way back. That is way back.
Dude. It was just like a most viewed, most discussed, and like newest videos were like the sections, you know.
Yeah.
And I got on the most viewed just because there weren't a whole lot of videos being put up, and I was reading comments from people, and I was like, wow, this is kind of fun, you know. And then the more I started to do it, the more people began to, you know, kind of spread my videos around. And then I started to take it more seriously, and then it just kind of evolved into this thing, you know?
Yeah, yeah, totally. And that's one thing I appreciate of you as a YouTuber is you were producing videos before YouTube, right? Totally new to me that you looked at YouTube more on the technical benefit rather
Hmm.
than just like putting up videos. You're like, oh, I don't have to worry about coding or
Yeah.
whatever. And I mean, like, partly the challenge you had of putting up videos and running out of bandwidth or whatever, you know, like network or what do you call it, server space. I mean,
Hmm.
like, it's funny that you would look at YouTube as like a benefit on the technical side
Yeah.
first, right? And then you're like, oh, shoot, light bulb, this is like a great way to get my content out there.
Yeah.
And, you know, some of the things that Tim has left out is he had made many viral videos on YouTube. I mean, one of them, what, 20 plus million? That one,
Yeah.
Call
I
Me
got,
Baby
yeah.
parody,
I
right?
got like 28 million on that one.
28
Yeah.
million,
Yeah.
that's crazy. You know, Judy, she's got 18 million on a beauty video.
It's
But
crazy.
the thing with you is you've got many different viral videos, you know, like all types of content. And what I love about what you do on YouTube, and I think this is another thing I want people to realize, you're not just limited to one type of content. You're
Hmm.
doing comedy, you're doing music,
Right.
vlogging. Like Tim and I both are daily vloggers,
Hmm.
and I know that you don't daily upload something, but you know you're still trying to capture the moments throughout the week or whatever, and that's really cool. Like that on YouTube, you're able to do a multiple types of content and really help your one brand, right? Which is, would you say Timothy DeLaGhetto or Traffic? What is your
Timothy
brand?
DeLaGhetto is more the brand,
Yeah.
and you know what? I think because of what I've done, and because of what just kind of the YouTuber has done, it's kind of changed the mold for what is expected of like celebrities now. Because
Mm-hmm.
before, like it was just kind of like you would enjoy their content, you
Yep.
know.
Yep.
But
Yep.
now it's like not only do you have to enjoy the content, but people want to know what
Yeah.
what you're doing,
They
you know,
want to
they want to know,
connect.
yeah, they want to connect.
Yeah.
They want to like they you have to be a like an entity now, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you're going to be famous, it's not only the content. They want to like you as a person. They want to know what you're doing. They want to follow you on Instagram.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
like so like what I kind of did from the beginning, and why I feel like I've been able to maintain such consistent viewership over the years, because I've been on YouTube for like 8 years
Yeah.
now, um, is that like, you know, people over anything, like over the skits and like the music, they subscribe to me
Yeah.
as a personality.
Oh
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
I mean, how many times have you had one of your accounts shut down or something blocked, right? And
Yeah.
your fans or your viewers, they will follow you to wherever you go. I mean, those are some of the challenges. Can you talk about that, like kind of the early days of your content, and how it's kind of evolved, and some of the challenges you had there, specifically to like YouTube accounts getting stopped and you starting a whole new channel, which to some people is like the end of the world, but you didn't look at it that way. You just went through that.
Well, yeah, I mean, well, let's see. In the early days, my here's what a lot of people don't know. My original YouTube account ever was
Yeah.
Funky Fresh.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
That was the name. Funky Fresh was my YouTube name. Um, and once I kind of started uploading videos here and there, um, somebody, okay, and I was an idiot because my password for that account was Funky.
Okay.
Okay, so somebody just had one day I came home and I think I had like, I don't know, like 500 subscribers, and I was so excited, and I came home and somebody had hacked into my account and deleted all my videos,
Oh,
and I was
jeez.
like, yo, what? Oh man. So I had to start all over
Yeah.
from then, and then I was just Timothy DeLaGhetto, right?
Yeah,
my,
yeah.
my my current channel is Timothy DeLaGhetto too.
Yep. Yep.
But Timothy DeLaGhetto was a channel that I was doing, and I had kind of started to take it a little more seriously, but it was still like very random videos. Like there was like a video of me just making out with like a friend of mine, just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
anything I could throw up there, you know.
Which
And
is smart because if you think about it, what vlogs are is exactly that random stuff to do with your life, right?
That's
And so,
true.
like, you were already doing what like I guess Shay Tards or Shay Carl started doing and got big for before anybody knew it. And a lot of people would probably looked at that as like, well, that's stupid. Why would you do that? And maybe you even thought it yourself. It's like, whatever, it's just a dumb video.
Yeah.
But you were creating the mold, I guess, for what a vlogger is.
That makes sense, dude.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And well, what happened was, YouTube ran differently back then. Like now, if a video gets flagged, it gets just you have to be 18 or older to watch, right?
Yeah.
Back then, when a video got flagged, it would just get removed immediately. If it got flagged enough. And if you had 3 or more videos removed, your whole channel was just taken away. So there was like a week where I feel like it was just a group of people that hated me were flagging all my videos, because one after the next they were just getting removed, you know? And then, of course, there wasn't like partner support back then, there wasn't
it was a room full of people that had no idea what they were doing, which I think is
basically
funny. Yeah.
And it wasn't like, there weren't like YouTube networks or anything, so my channel was just gone, you know?
Yeah.
And so I had to start all over again, and that was 8 years ago.
Yeah. Well, hey, kudos to you. I mean, like, it's funny you mentioned your account got hacked at 500 subscribers, and you're sitting here with, I mean, I want to say like 2 to 3 million combined subscribers, different channels.
Maybe? Oh yeah, if you combine them, yeah.
And then you take into account all your social platforms. It's crazy. I mean, like. It's probably still sad you don't have those original 500 people, but who knows? They probably are subscribed to you anyways.
Or they grew up and don't care anymore.
Well, that's interesting too. Like with Judy, she started doing makeup and beauty, and as she's grown and we got married, had kids, the audience also grows with you, right? So as you become more mature, or I guess like start putting out different type of content, people grow with you. I think that's the beauty of YouTube too. Like, and social media in general, like you can grow with your audience, and that's okay. You don't have to be like one type of actor, what type of content. So another question I had for you is, how do your early videos compare to now? I know you've kind of elaborated on it, but could you kind of go into detail, like what are like the major differences from your point of view compared to the stuff that, pre 2010 to like now?
Well, you know what? The camera's a lot nicer.
Oh yeah.
In the beginning, it was very like a lot of freestyles just on my webcam. It would be me just kind of being silly on camera. The occasional like little cheap skit that I shot with my little handheld camcorder. Now I don't freestyle anymore. If I'm putting any music up, it's like a fully produced music video.
Have people helping you now.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of people helping me. Now if I'm shooting a skit, there's like a production crew and sound people and a guy that does this.
Yeah.
And
you probably don't even edit those.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
But I give a lot of notes. I give a lot of notes.
Oh, totally. Absolutely. And I know, like, being married to a YouTuber like yourself, that letting go of that creative control can be difficult. Not because, like, you want to do all the work, but creatively, you still want it to be your work, right? Yeah. You still want it to represent who you are. You don't want to totally just sell out and put whatever. At least, I think YouTubers like yourself want to keep that brand that you've created for yourself alive, right? Like, and never to change because someone else is creating content for you. So that's interesting, like that you went from a one-man band to now you've got a team of people around you. Yeah, and obviously the quality is way better too. Like back then, I don't know, probably like 320, 480, whatever, and now it's definitely 1080. Everything you do now.
Well, like the quality had to be better just because like everybody started, stepping their game up.
Yeah.
Like I think I remember. I mean, when I was on YouTube, we were in squares still.
Yeah.
It wasn't widescreen yet. You know what I'm saying? So. And then I remember everybody just kind of started stepping their game up, getting HD cameras, and then it got real serious. It was like then the viewers kind of became spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Like before,
they feel entitled at that
entitled to everything. Before I could put up a video on my webcam and they were just it was just if it was funny, it was funny. Now it's like, oh, you couldn't do that now because it's like
yeah.
you shot this with a potato, the sound is horrible, get a
Yeah.
new camera, you know,
Yeah.
because they want it to be HD, like super clear. They expect perfection, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, totally. And I understand what you're saying. Like I try to share with people like they're asking like, do you have to have high quality? Do you have to have HD or nice cameras? Like, well, you don't have to, right? I know there's still people that grow channels with lower quality gear, especially if you're starting out, you're a kid, maybe you can't afford it, right? It's better
Right.
to have content on your channel than no content.
Right.
But you're right, especially at your level. And I know you don't necessarily think of it, and you correct me if I'm wrong, like as competition, right? You don't think you're competing with other musicians or other comedians. But if you want to keep people's attention, just like me, and I don't know about you, when I'm watching a movie, if I can get Blu-ray, I'll choose Blu-ray, right? Like if I'm buying an Amazon movie, I'll choose
Yeah.
HD. And I think content on YouTube is definitely that way now. If you can get it 1080 or 720, you're going to choose that because who wants it watching a lower quality video format? So I think on that note, I want to ask this question because you've had so many years of doing YouTube and social media. What are things that you've had to do to grow with YouTube outside of the technical part, like like the social part and moving from platform to platform, and like how do you always stay with what's going on in this YouTube social game?
Well, I mean, I kind of feel like in terms of my content, I was lucky because um, when a lot of people were doing kind of like a consistent, like the same thing every week because they knew it would be better for like a consistent like
Yeah.
viewership and subscribers.
Yeah.
My content has always kind of been all over the place.
Yeah, yeah.
So I feel like that has helped me in the long run be free to like adapt.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
totally.
Because like when it was really popular for vloggers to be talking to the camera, I could do that. I can talk to the camera. I'm a
Yeah.
personality, you
Yep,
know?
yep.
And when skits were really popular, I could do skits. Like I love doing skits. I could write skits. So it was like I was doing so much that like even though like you never know what to expect, I could go either way,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. That versatility is definitely benefited you, probably even more so in the Hollywood world, right? Like, like if a unique opportunity comes up that is not what you're used to, you'll still go and pursue it because you're so used to doing different types of stuff. I mean, let's just think about it. You've done music, you've done comedy, you've done vlogging, you've done like music videos, right? So it wasn't, you perform on stage. That's like a whole nother talent there. You're collaborating with people all the time. You even collaborate with people that aren't within your, I guess you could say, like your genre of
demographic.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you've done stuff with Judy years ago. I mean, we did that thing in Las Vegas.
Right.
You're just hanging out, and that's just you just being yourself. But even that is an example of how like you've really set yourself apart. Because I agree, like there's those people that just do that one type of format, and they do everything to do as creatively and do as much within that little square, but then you totally change it up and the audience just they kill
You get sick of it.
Yeah,
they don't care anymore.
yeah. And then but you on the other hand, you've always given so many different things, so that's really cool. I didn't even think about that because you've had so many different channels, but even within your one channel you have done different things. Anything else you want to say about that? Like maybe like on the social side, like that social platforms, Twitter, Instagram.
I mean, I definitely made sure to. I mean, everything on social media is really important. Like I constantly tweet.
Oh yeah.
I constantly Instagram. I Instagram so much, but it's not just content. It's not just like fluff. You know what I'm saying? Like I make sure my pictures are really pretty and make sure my tweets are funny or inspiring, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's really important to, especially in this day and age, it's important to have a hold of all those tools, you know?
Yep, totally.
Because that's everybody, that's all these kids care about, you know? It's all they're just on their phones all day.
Yeah.
I got Snapchat. I had no idea that kids loved Snapchat so much until I felt like I need to just get one, right? And then I got one just to keep up and they love Snapchat. Like I had
Yeah.
no idea. You know, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
totally. Yeah, I'm always. I mean, I see a lot of YouTubers trying to get into Snapchat, and I
Mhm.
have kids both, like on YouTube as well as like people that I know saying, "Hey, you need a Snapchat." I signed up, but I put one video up, and that's it. I don't even know how Snapchat works, but I have a little quick question: which one do you prefer, Snapchat or Instagram?
Instagram.
Oh, Instagram.
I
Me
love
too.
Instagram.
Yeah, I love Instagram. I love how simple it is. It's just like,
Hmm.
bam, you can look through like 30 other people's pictures in like 2 minutes and be done,
Yeah.
I guess on that note, though, let's talk about social media because obviously you've done so much about it. Do you think it's better to utilize a platform that you are comfortable with versus always staying ahead of the curve or jumping on the next thing? What's your advice for people on that note? Because I mean, the challenge is you establish yourself on Facebook and you like know how to work it and you've
Mhm.
grown an audience, but then maybe your audience is starting to migrate to somewhere else, right? Do you migrate with them and try to like always be on the next platform and like
Right.
in your 10-year span, who knows how many different things you've done? What's your tips on that?
I mean, I definitely feel like it's important, just like anything, it's important to pay attention to what's popular and what's going on and what's changing, you know? It's like I'm not dressing the same way I did 10 years ago, you know? And that's because things change, things
Oh, I've
evolve.
seen your pictures. They're funny.
Yeah, my throwback Thursdays on Instagram are hilarious. And I like honestly, I don't know how to Vine. Like I don't feel like I'm good at Vines, but I have a Vine, and
Yeah.
occasionally I try to put one up just because I feel like if Vine is popping right now, then
Yeah.
I need to have my foot in there doing something. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, that brings up another point. It can get all overwhelming, right? I
Yeah.
mean, like for one person to do so many different things, and even like what I'm going to be teaching with the book that Sean and I are writing. I mean, like there can be this long list that can get longer and longer and longer. And what are the things that you would focus on if you had to start over? Like if there is somebody new to this, whether I know it would differ depending on what your goals are. But like, if you're a businessman, or say you're a new artist or musician, or you want to get your craft out there, or you just want to get popular, what are the things you would recommend people focus on in the beginning? Like, if there's this long list of 100 things, what are like the top 3 to 4 things?
I say one of the main things is you have to be consistent.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, because today's consumer just wants content all the time.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Especially
yeah,
since all they're doing is just scrolling.
yeah.
It's like they want to feel like they're always gonna get content, and
Hmm.
that's what's gonna make them, subscribe and want to be there for more stuff. Um, and let's see. Um, like it's always good to. I mean, we touched on this earlier, and it sounds like basic, but it's true. It's like it's always good to just have clear, up to date
Yep.
technology. You know.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
So let's see. You got to have a good picture. You got to be consistent,
Yeah.
and it helps to be like you gotta be in touch with your viewer. You gotta be like
Yeah.
relatable and communicate, because like
Yeah.
that's a big part of it too. I mean, that, like I said, that's why I've been able to stay consistent, is because they feel like they're invested in me as a person. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Like it's not just like somebody, it's not like I'm like a production company creating all
Yeah.
this stuff. It's
Yeah.
like they F with me because they like me.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
And that's
Um,
what sets YouTubers specifically apart from like traditional celebrities or Hollywood actors, actresses. When you say relatable, like it's more than just entertaining people. Like if you're on social media, you're interacting with people, you can't be like this like person that's like higher up. You can't be like acting like you're better than other people. I guess be snobby. I mean, like you have to be relatable. I mean that's the new age. Like with internet and things like YouTube, Google, like we're so much more connected. And with social media, I mean, Ashton Kutcher is a good example. Like him is up here in terms of like his success, where he's at in Hollywood, and then you've got like a person that's just like in high school, and on social media they can meet together. Versus before all this, that
Right.
was never possible. You might see him on the red carpet or something like that.
Mm.
So like that ability to relate with people and be real, right? I mean, that word gets thrown around all the time. And the reason I know with you that's a big deal, aside from you saying it, is because I do see you replying to people all the time, you know, answering questions, talking to them on Twitter. Oh, you do a really good thing too, that people might not notice. You have a restaurant there. Can I say where your restaurant is?
Yeah.
In Paramount, California, right? It's near the LA. It's in the LA area.
Long Beach, LA area.
Yeah, and it's a Thai restaurant that your family has. And viewers will come by, and if you have the time, you're available, you'll go see them, right?
Yeah.
I can't even say a lot of YouTubers have the ability to do that. Even us, right? Like we don't have a place we can just go and meet with people randomly and consistently. I mean, you've been doing that for the last few years a lot, right? And I don't know of a lot of A-list celebrities that would do that. I hear about like Bill Murray walking around New York City randomly crashing parties and stuff, but even that's different. Like he has a choice. Like somebody asks for your time and you give them your time, which I know is so precious when you're so busy. So that's crazy. I mean, that's a really good point about being relatable and, you know, connecting with people for sure.
Yeah, man. You know, I just feel like, you know, I mean, even though I work hard, it's like, yeah, I mean, I would be nothing. I would be nothing without these fans that come and support. And like, if I have time and someone tweets me and says, "Hey, I'm at the restaurant," I'll definitely, you know, try and stop by. You know, because not only are they supporting me, but like they're supporting my family, and like, you know, it's nice of them to stop by. You know, if I'm not working, and the thing is, I live kind of close to the restaurant too, so it's like, you know, if I'm chilling in my PJs and I'm not too comfortable,
and you're hungry, you want something,
hungry,
you know?
Oh, no, I won't eat there.
Oh, you won't?
No, because then it's awkward.
Oh, yeah. No, just takeout, man.
No, totally.
So, okay, cool. Well, I have a couple more questions I want to ask before you go. A big one for growing your channel, obviously, aside from the steps that you gave, is collaborating people, right? Especially you there in LA working at Maker Studio. You've been able to collaborate with people. Do you have any advice for what people should do if they want to collaborate with people, or just, you know, general info about how you've done it?
Yeah, I mean, collaborating is definitely a huge tool. You know, it helps like expand your audience and like and get your content in front of people who probably have never like seen your stuff before. You know, the first thing I say is like, if you're gonna collaborate with somebody, it definitely helps if you have either like built up your own following, or have like really good content. You know, because like there have been people like, okay, when Superwoman hit me up to collaborate, I had no idea who she was. She was like, "Hey, you know, I'd love to do a video with you. I'm gonna be in LA." I was like, "Who is this chick?" You know, so I checked out her. First thing I saw was her numbers. I was like, "Oh my god, she has so many subscribers." I didn't even have to look at her content. I was like, "I'm down." You know?
Let's do it.
Yeah, but then also there have been channels where, and you know, this isn't always gonna work because you have so many people sending links to you all the time. But every so often, I'll click a link, and there's been a channel where I'm like, wow, their content is really funny. They don't have a big audience, but I would love to collaborate just because I love their content. You know.
Yeah, and what it boils down to is they gotta add something to what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
I tell people, I mean, subscriber levels, I know it's a part of it, right? But obviously, it's not always going to meet right in the middle, right? Sometimes you're going to have way more, sometimes you're going to have less. But if you can add value to the content you're giving to that person, that is really important, because obviously, if you're just a leech and you have no following, like you said, and you have no content, you have really nothing to give, you're just trying to get some of those subscribers come over you because of a referral from you. Like that's just not the right way to go about a collaboration. In fact, I'm sure you can relate to this. I have times where, because I'm always hit up with emails and stuff, and people like, they just want to get subscribers. They don't really want to build content. They don't want to work hard. They don't want to earn it. And it's not like when I talk to somebody, it's like, oh, how many subscribers you got? How many video views? You know, that's not the first way I look at it. But if you're asking me to collaborate, what I'm saying is like, well, just to be fair, how are we gonna both help each other?
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
You know, like I'm not like, oh, how are you gonna help me? It's like, how do we work together to accomplish both of our goals? So that's a really good point. I never thought of it that way, like having really good content or, you know, adding value to your own content. You know, it's not just about the subscriber levels, because really that's probably like the what they call it, the elephant in the room, right?
Right.
You know, if you've got 1 million subscribers and the other person got 10,000, it's like, okay, well then what are we gonna do? You know?
Yeah, like you don't want to be, you don't want to be a dick and be
yeah,
like, oh,
exactly.
nah, you know.
Well, it's the reality. I mean, that's just real life, right? And I think if you're just upfront with it, not necessarily talking about the subscribers, but you're upfront, like that person's like, I think you're really cool, and I would love to collaborate to come up with some good content. This is what I can offer. You know, I think that's a great way to go about it. So.
And one more tip.
Yep.
If you're trying to convince somebody, let's say you're tweeting a big like person on YouTube to collaborate.
Yeah.
From my personal experience, I'm more likely to click on your link if you have a really cool profile picture. like if it's just like a random guy like on his web, if it's like a selfie, then I'm like, meh. But if it looks like, oh, this guy looks like maybe he has some cool shit on his page, I'm more likely to click the link.
Social media 101. Yeah. Basic stuff. I mean, if you got your profile pic, you know, on point, then it's like, what are you doing here, kind of thing.
It's crazy because it's real, you know?
Yeah, totally. I mean, this is the stuff like, you know, like some people might be, oh, what? It's all about the pic? Well, yeah, it is, because it's like how people perceive you, including myself. So, no, I think that's good.
It's like the outside of a restaurant.
Yes. Yeah, you know exactly. Right. You know, like if, you know, you had the nice bright neon light sign versus the banner that you can roll up that's just got like black and white text. Yeah, I totally understand. Let's see, a couple of questions. Okay, I know this is like the what if question, but one thing you wish you knew back when you started that you know now.
You know what? And I've said this before when I've been asked this question. I think the one thing that I would just I wish I knew back then is that like I probably wouldn't have wasted so much time replying to negative comments.
Oh my, we could talk for hours about this. Okay, I want to talk though for a little bit. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
It's because, you know, it's like it's easy, you know, and you know, even to this day, you know, there's the occasional comment that will get under your skin, you know, and like a lot of YouTubers say, you know what, like I don't even I ignore it all, but me, I like to talk shit back. But even because I think it's fun, but still, you know, I have to remind myself that at the end of the day, it's just such a waste of time, you know, like you'll get offended by somebody, you'll get into this long argument, and then halfway into it, like I'll look at their profile and I'm like, oh my God, this kid's 10 years old and I'm wasting my life.
Yeah, and that's all he's doing. He's on vacation right now. He could go at it for 24 hours and it's not gonna phase him. Yeah, it's such a, you know, it's a huge topic. It's funny, like, you know, because Judy and I do daily vlogs, we can get a lot of hate, you know, and we can get a lot of negative comments.
Vlog comments are the worst.
Yeah. Oh,
because they feel like they know you.
Oh, yeah.
So they feel like they're entitled to give you advice on your life.
Yeah, and they'll judge you based on this 20-minute video, right? Yes. I mean, like, even in your case, it's 20 minutes of your week. Even us, or 20 minutes of our day, right? It's like, oh, they know exactly what we should be doing, how we should do it, or whatever.
Yeah, bro.
And, you know, obviously you and I both know it's like it doesn't really represent everything we're thinking, right? Like, just because we don't explain or justify what we're doing on camera, I mean, there's a reason we do stuff, right? And for as much as I know you're a good person, I'm a good person, we're just trying to get by in life and do the best thing for our lives, right? But on that note, like, there's one thing I want to mention about haters and negative comments that somebody mentioned to me in my personal life. Now I apply it into YouTube. I don't justify myself to people like in person. Like I don't argue with people because like you can justify yourself till you're blue in the face and you'll never ever convince them. That's just the way it is. Like in their mind, they have a certain mindset. Where it's even worse on YouTube to try to justify yourself is there's 10 other people right after that person that is going to combat your justification or your argument. You could think you're a smart person. Like say I think I'm smart and I was like, I'm going to beat this person in an argument. There'll be 10 other dumb people that will come in and argue with you and beat you. They will beat your argument, right? Because 10 dumb people are still smarter than one smart person. And I'm just, that's pretty, like, black and white, right? Like when I put it that way. But that's the truth. Like you're absolutely right. I feel like it's a total waste of time to deal with any. Now, obviously, if you get something out of it, like you said, you have fun replying to them. But in the end, I have always suggested Judy as well as myself, invest into positive people. Invest in the people that are going to help your brand, help you as a YouTuber, and that are just generally going to spread love and positivity.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, totally. It's so funny. We could totally talk about forever because we both have experiences that like crazy
man.
stuff.
Especially that vlog life, man.
Yeah, totally. Let's see. This is the one last question, and then I have a couple quick questions I want to ask you. Have you ever struggled with a doubt or not wanting to put something out? What advice would you give for people to be confident with their art or work?
My advice would be that that you're not gonna please everyone. There's always gonna be somebody that has.
You would
something.
Know that for sure.
Yeah. There's always gonna be somebody that has something negative to say. Especially nowadays with being in a world that people can talk shit anonymously. So like someone's always gonna have something to say. So I mean, as long as you're proud of your content, then you shouldn't even care. As long as you're happy and you're proud of what you're putting out, then you should just put it out. And like who cares about the negative people?
Yeah, good point. And you, like I'll say it again, you would know of all people because you've had so many people disagreeing with your content. But look at you now. It's like, where are they? So
exactly,
that's a good point. Okay, we like to just call this a quick Q&A session. And texting or talking?
Like on the phone?
Yeah, on the phone.
Texting. Don't call.
Yeah, don't call. Person you trust most with a secret?
Rick.
Oh, cool. Last thing you grabbed out of the fridge?
That was grapes.
Last thing you had on repeat on your iPod or iPhone?
Actually, just now it was the Ed Sheeran album.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's really popular right now. Favorite nickname for yourself?
This is the first thing that came to mind.
Okay.
Back when I was in a summer school class with Rick, we were late. No. We were late to class because I had to poo. So he kept calling me shit man, and then this really pretty girl in class started calling me shit man as a result.
Okay, that's a good one. I love these like stories that people wouldn't see on YouTube, so that's cool. This is probably obvious, but we're asking every person: New York or LA?
I love LA. Yeah. I mean, I love New York. I really do love New York, but LA for life.
Yeah, LA, the sun, everything. I grew up in Cali, so I'm with you there. Let's see. Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Favorite snack?
Oh, this is weird. My mom. This is really weird. My mom used to eat bananas with Kraft singles when I was younger.
Kraft singles. Okay. All right. Yeah.
So what I started doing when I got older, just because I wanted to add some texture to it, I would cut up the bananas. I would peel up the Kraft singles, and then I would put a banana slice and a Kraft single on top of a Dorito.
Okay,
and
yeah.
I would eat that.
And have you ever Instagrammed that before?
I have.
Yeah, I think I've seen that. You have some, unusual or unique snack creations. Sometimes late at night, you got whatever in the fridge. Yeah, I've seen those, so that's cool. Let's see. Last one too is favorite YouTube channel right now, aside from your own.
Aside from my own favorite YouTube channel would
It's a
probably...
drum roll moment. Who does Timothy DeLaGhetto watch?
Who do I watch? You know what? I watch my friends a lot,
Yeah.
and some of the friends who I've made through YouTube are a group of filmmakers called Just Kidding Films.
Yeah.
And,
I subscribe to them.
Yeah, and they have this thing they do called Just Kidding News.
Yeah.
Where, they sit around and just talk about topics and stuff, and they're all really funny. And I'm in traffic a lot, and the videos are like pretty long, so I'll put them on and just listen to them, and yeah, so probably that channel.
Cool. Yeah, I'm very similar. I like to watch my friends too and see what they're doing.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing I would like to ask of you is, what are some parting words of wisdom you'd give to anybody that might be a video creator, whether a businessman or a potential YouTuber, on creating videos and getting into this world of video creation?
Parting words would be some advice would be first of all, make sure you have good lighting.
Yeah. Yep.
And secondly, you know, what's most important about YouTube is that people can feel the authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said earlier, is like what sets apart YouTube from mainstream media is that, you know, people feel like they're connected here. You know what I'm saying? Even beyond like the vlogger, even when it's like skits, you know, it's like what makes a YouTube channel work is when people feel like they are getting something, like some type of like intimate connection, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like as long as you're genuine in your content, then that will translate, and that usually will work.
Yeah. Cool. No, good stuff. I appreciate everything. I know that you can find Timothy down in the info box. We'll put all his links. Tim, is there anywhere that you want to send people, whether it's your Instagram, Snapchat for the kiddos? Where would you like people to find you?
Sure. I mean, you can follow me on Instagram, Tim DeLaGhetto, Snapchat, Timothy DLG. You got my YouTube down there, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
And,
multiple channels too. So you know, whether you like music, comedy, plenty for you to subscribe to if you guys want to watch Tim.
Yeah, and I mean, that's it.
Cool. All right. Well, anyways, you guys continue to subscribe to this channel, Video Influencers, for more content like this. Thanks a lot, Tim, and I'll talk to you later.
Thanks. Bye.